What is going on YouTube? Hayden Schreier making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. We're also going to be checking out the very interesting trends that are happening within the crypto space. As you guys know, some very interesting things have been going on within the market. A lot of pump fakes that we've been actually seeing over the past couple of days. Very interesting things, but all in all, what I want to talk about is we are literally days away from what appears to be a very big and prominent move coming for cryptocurrency, coming for Bitcoin, coming for XRP, coming for all these cryptocurrencies. You guys notice, even though we're on the 4 hour, I can scale it out just a little bit, that we are literally just consolidating. We are literally just waiting for what appears to be a very big movement. We have come very far, we have come very close, and we're not about to just waste this right now, guys. So what we're actually starting to see is what appears to be getting ready for what could be a very big and fast run within cryptocurrency, and I want you guys to be prepared and ready for it. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. Remember to follow me on Twitter at CryptoViaOfficial. In this way, if you have any questions, you can definitely just DM me on Twitter or leave a comment, and if you have something to share, you can send it to me or post it on Twitter as well. Otherwise, let's jump into today's episode. So the past couple of days, you guys can see some very interesting things going on. We had the calculated rally that we saw, followed by an immediate correction, which set up what appears to be stepping stones for some higher lows, which are ultimately reasons to believe that we could be heading up later in the future. You guys can also see on the current coin market cap that we're kind of hitting that top resistance right now, and this is actually a really good sign. You can see we hit the resistance on majority of these cryptocurrencies. They're trading out sideways now at the top, and I do want to go over this with you guys on the 4 hour charts. Then we'll check things out on the daily and then look at the other cryptos. So what I want you guys to notice, and what we're actually doing right now, is we're hanging out between this high-low middle moving average on the 4 hour. You guys will notice that we had our previous uptrend with our resistance. We got very entangled within here, unfortunately broke bearish, but we actually built up that support that we needed to pretty much scale us up for even higher movements. These are higher lows being in place on the 4 hour, and if things do continue, we should be able to break through this 67, if not now, about $6,800 resistance, and we should be able to rally higher, probably retesting that previous pump fake that we had up to $7,300. You can see the sideways movement, the sideways consolidation. I know that's on the 4 hour. If we extend things up and check out the daily, you can see what it is that we're looking at. Definitely a ton, and I mean a ton, of uncertainty in the market right now. We're literally just trading sideways, very little movement. When we do have these spikes, we end up wicking right back down below this resistance, but ultimately this is scaling up to appear to be something of big value, and we have to pay quite a bit of attention to that. We're literally retesting this $6,800 resistance at the moment. You can see where it's been a problem before, but we're currently retesting this right now. All we need is for one day on Bitcoin, and we'll look at the other cryptos, to basically, close a daily candle above this resistance. If we manage to close a candle above this resistance, I don't think there's really anything stopping us to shooting up to $8,000. I think it will happen very quickly, very rapidly, and we have to be very prepared, because you guys know that these movements come very quickly and they are a force to be reckoned with. So when you look at the daily, things look not as bad as the 4 hour. We're actually just trading out at 50 on the RSI, which gives us plenty, and I mean plenty of room to head up higher. We had our bullish cross, which was the reason for the slow consolidation to the upside. But ultimately, all in all, every single time we dip down below this middle moving average, we always come back up to retest it. You can see previously when we fell below it, we eventually came back up to it, and it looks like that is exactly what the price wants to do right now. So I think within the next couple of weeks, if not the next couple of days, we should get another pump or another slow consolidation, eventually pulling us back up closer to $8,000 and eventually getting back above this resistance and heading us up even higher. Now, we may not be expecting to see prices as high as $10,000 this very second. That's only because on the daily we had a bearish cross on the high-low middle moving averages, so that is the one concern. But as we get closer and as we get intertwined within this middle moving average, we should be able to eventually see a bullish cross, just like we saw right here. You can see we were below it and we did eventually get above here, and then immediately after the following days we saw that bullish cross, and that's what sent us up even higher. So that's what we're looking for right now. We're looking for this price, which will, and I can almost guarantee it, eventually retest the resistance, get back above it, and then what will happen is we'll see, as we're above it, the green band cross over the red band, and that should send the coin much higher up into that $10,000 zone. I'm almost guaranteeing that is the plan for the long-term prices within Bitcoin. Now, I do want to talk about XRP, another crypto on the 4-hour that literally looks to just be consolidating. I am noticing a slight trend to the upside. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but this actually looks really nice. You can see the beautiful uptrend right here. This is great depending on where exactly this resistance is. If this is the resistance currently that we're at, there is a slight chance that it could, show the same pattern that Bitcoin did and break bearish. But the fact that we did manage to get back above this middle moving average gives me reason to believe we could be heading up higher. You can see as I extend out the daily on XRP, we do have this uptrend. We do have these higher lows being set, and we have yet to break this higher low. Now, we have had a very interesting run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now of bullish greens to the upside. We've literally just been scaling on here, and if we can maintain this, we should be able to eventually rally back up and retest that 20-cent resistance, because honestly, we look good. We're trading at 50 on the relative strength index, and we are slowly recovering from what appears to be our massive drop. And I do believe in the near future, we should eventually be able to scale up, retesting, like I've said with Bitcoin, this middle moving average. So I wouldn't be too worried with these cryptocurrencies all across. If you guys specifically want to know my trades, definitely make sure to check out my Patreon. That's where I post all of my specific trades. Huge shout out to everybody that is already supporting me. We have over 50 people that have joined my Patreon. It's a very, very, very great and fast growing community for you guys to basically, share information with one another, as well as get my specific viewpoints and trades, leverage trade shorts on all these cryptocurrencies that I talk about here on my channel. That is a link in the description, and it does help support the channel. Otherwise, to move on to the other cryptos, I do want to talk about Ethereum and Litecoin before we wrap up today's video. If you guys look at Ethereum on its 4-hour, we look good. I mean, we don't look terrible. Obviously, we're getting fairly close to that middle moving average. We're getting very close to that relative strength index being overbought, but what we're starting to do is bounce off of this support and slowly head up higher. You can see again, these higher lows are being set on the 4-hour, and that really doesn't look that bad. You can see we are slowly extending us back up to this middle moving average, and I do believe it's only going to be a matter of time to retest 180. So I think within the next, I would say, month, if not, today's only the 4th of April. I think within April we should eventually be able to retest this middle moving average, and that gives us all of 26 days. And I do think within that movement, if you guys want to invest long term, we should eventually be able to catch up with that middle moving average. So I'm really not too worried with the way the market is going. Yes, we do have these higher lows being set. We do have plenty of room on the RSI. You can see right here trading at 46 or 47 on the RSI. It gives us plenty of room to move up higher. We broke through this bearish downtrend that we have, so we can delete that. And ultimately, there is some sort of uptrend, I think, not as prominent. I mean, we could leave it here, but it's really not as prominent compared to, per se, XRP, which is, straight upwards. And I do think this will send us all the way up to this resistance. As you guys can see, based on previous history, we did get some, issues in this zone. But ultimately, from the drop, just dropping that low, there's really not much resistances holding this coin down. So I do think without that suppression, we should consolidate back up to 20 cents following, the rest of the market as well. And then lastly, to wrap up things with Litecoin, another coin on the 4-hour that's literally just been consolidating. We are spending quite a bit of time on this, middle moving average on the daily, which isn't necessarily a good thing, on the 4-hour. But I do think that with the other cryptocurrencies being that we're in this channel right here with our resistance at 41, we do need to break through this resistance. It's very simple, actually. If we can break through this resistance, we'll head up higher. If we can't, we'll fall lower, probably down to $37. But ultimately, I do think we're back in that bull market, and I do think we're going to be heading up to price prices fairly soon. You can see the clear resistance that we're currently battling on Bitcoin. It's very obvious. It's very simple. It's not too complex. It's clearly right here. We need to break up through here. We've had these pump fakes in the past, but ultimately I would wait to buy in maybe closer to the daily closing. That's probably the best advice. So if you think, oh, we're above the resistance right now and we're currently trading at 7,000, but we have 6 hours left in the candle before it closes, I would stay away. Wait for the candle to get closer to its closing position. If it is, less than an hour out, if it's 10 minutes out and we're still above, there's a fair chance we're going to close above here, and that would ultimately signal the run to the upside. But that's pretty much my advice, guys. Sorry we didn't really go over too much with DueDEX. You can see very easily what that problem is right here with this triple bottom being in play. We're currently retesting this resistance. If at any point we get above $6,800 and can close above $6,800 on a daily candle, there's a good chance we'll see a big jump to the upside. Otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.